Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Friday, the 2nd of February 2024. So stocks soar amid hopes that regional bank crisis will lead to early rate cut. I mean, that's brilliant, isn't it? Got to see problems in the bank for the Fed to reduce rates to then send the stock market higher. You can't make it up, can you? Stocks and bonds gain on rising claims data ahead. That means that the weekly claims data yesterday was used as the excuse to turn the market around and send it up on the basis that there were more claims than the week before. So again, it's just idiocy. It's anything to get the markets to the upside. Any excuse, not really, ignoring everything else that's going on around us. War in particular, incredible. Economic news for today, it's the big one today. It's the non-farm payrolls. This kicks off at 1:30, so the market may be very quiet in its run up to this news. Non-farm payrolls is forecast at 187,216 before. If it comes out higher than 187, the market will move lower. Initially, they'll revise the 216 and then send the market back to the all-time highs. That's how it appears to be working at the moment. Right, let's move on. Have a look at the markets. Kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow, market up again yesterday, heading back towards the all-time highs. Didn't quite make it yesterday, but I suspect we'll have no trouble getting through this level during today with the release of the non-farm payroll numbers. Here's yesterday's news. Market did absolutely nothing for a while. Then it hit the low, and then it just drove all the way back up. It's got its high at the moment here. We're sitting on yesterday's close. We're above the 20 MA. It looks all fine and dandy to keep moving the markets to the upside at the time of recording. In the German DAX, new all-time high for yesterday. It took until after the market closed, though. It's an electronic all-time high at 17,032, which you can see there. No doubts we'll be continuing through this today as well. Market's momentum is off slightly. There has been a bit of selling around, but this is the big one today for the market. I say that every time it's released, but then we can have a situation where we end up with a complete and utter damn squib and nothing happens. So we'll have to wait and see at 1:30. Depends how much the disparity is in the non-farm payroll numbers. And like I say, the key here is, even though we've looked at it already, is the Dow to get to 40,000. That's the thing. And there's only 1,500 points, and that's nothing for the Dow. I'm not saying it's going to do it in one day, but 40,000 is where they want this market. So back to the DAX. Yesterday you can see the market going down to the low, pulling back to the close, and then getting through the DP, and then continuing on all the way through with the Dow last night. So the electronic session of the DAX, the market making that new all-time high, which you can see here, 17,032. The market already sitting on the 20 MA, and it's just got to get through the close and then move back through the high and continue to make these record-breaking highs that we've seen for the last month. In the S&P, a new all-time high made yesterday evening as well. 4,000, let me just remove this one, 4,941. So once again, the all-time high, 30-minute chart, doing nothing yesterday morning, the weekly claims, and that sent the market up. I think obviously it's going to set a tone that the non-farm payrolls will also show a sudden drop as well, which will be bullish for the market. And in the UK, it was interest rates remained unchanged yesterday. Market sideways to higher, still struggling with the 78% retracement there for this market. Bailey said the next interest rate decision will be to the downside, but he didn't give a date. Market up off the low yesterday, back down to the close, and then off with the electronic session and the Dow up to the high of yesterday already on the overnight. Needs to close back through this in order to continue moving to the upside there. US dollar down on those claimless numbers yesterday, which allowed the metals to move higher. Big move to the downside for the US dollar, but don't hold your breath because you never know what's going to be released at 1:30 today. In the metals, silver moving to the upside. It was moving down nicely until the news came out, and then that seemed to be a spark, ignited a move to the upside. Again, it's only going to be a temporary move, but you can see yesterday morning how they were moving it down to the 22.50. The market touched that and then we moved up about 70 cents for the silver market. In the gold market also, you can see the market trading up to this resistance to the left, just managing to spike above it, but then sideways. And again, like the silver chart, absolutely nothing going on, and then all of a sudden the market ignited to the upside and are currently sitting at the close. Does it need some decent numbers from the from the non-farm payroll, not FOMC. It's been a big week for numbers, hasn't it? To take out the high there. So a quick look at the gold-silver ratio, and as you can see, yesterday we were making our way up quite nicely to the 92 once more until, like I say, the market spiked to the upside, and of course that's brought the gold-silver ratio down. Still looking green for the move to the upside during today though. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades and the overnight markets before we conclude. So starting off with yesterday's session, like I say, most of it was actually put on during the evening on the electronic session. We did have a bit of a move to the upside to begin with, and as ever, got into that sideways move. Look at it, it's just awful. It's just about 20 points, and then the market just moving up a bit, waiting for the weekly claims, which came out there. Market didn't react to it at that time, which is an interesting one. And then, this is the weekly claims. They were the other news for the Bank of England. So this is the weekly claims, jobless claims. And you can see there was no real reaction to that. I narrowed the chart to see where the high was for the afternoon session. And then the market found support at the DP. And then we had some more numbers there. Market didn't really react to that. And look how tiny the bars were here. So despite the fact that we had a setup, I think we had a setup there. Yeah, we had a setup. Then the market failed to fill it, and we went really quiet. Market broke down a bit down to the close, end of the session, and then the market was brought back up with the Dow, and then continued in the aftermarket session and the electronic session. Like I say, most of these moves now seem to be before the market opens and after it's closed on the electronic sessions. It's very, very strange what's going on at the moment. So a quick look at the overnight 2-minute chart. The daily there, you can see prices are sideways with the all-time high at the moment. But overnight, we've got a bit of movement to the upside there in the last few minutes. Just compress the chart. You can see we're a stone's throw away from the high. It's only about 70 points. That's a piece of cake to get to that level. And if we have a bit of a sell-off first, we've got the DP down here, and then we can then wait until they bring the market back, and no doubt back to the all-time highs by the end of today, which seems to be the pattern with the non-farm payroll. I keep saying FOMC, I mean the non-farm payroll numbers. Bring the market back on those numbers. Particularly, the pattern is that they release, they go down, they revise the numbers, and then the market just makes its way back again on that revision from the previous month, saying actually it wasn't that bad. It's classic manipulative tactics. Right, that's it for this one and for this week. So enjoy the weekend, and let's see what happens when they release the NFP numbers later on at 1:30. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.